About the Championship, West Ham had a torrid day yesterday, didn't they? Down to 9 men at one point, they lost 3-0 at Reading. We're joined very shortly by Sean, who's a West Ham fan. Firstly, before we speak to him, West Ham this season...
He decided to go down the pub instead.
I wouldn't blame him. Here he is now. Sean, not a good day, we were saying yesterday, for West Ham. Tell us about the incidents, the red cards to start with, and what you made of them.
Well, you know, it was a good day, you know, 4,222 of us travelling away again. Good to see the support, but first half was, we looked solid. They didn't look like scoring a goal, and they say referees change games, and a bit harsh for O'Brien to get the first yellow card. I thought it was more Hunt's fault on the first one. The second one, you know, he got a sending off, and 30 seconds later from that free kick, the goal went in, you know, and that was it. Goal over. We lost our heads after that.
Yeah, I mean, this season, when we talk about the Championship, we talk about the teams that are doing well, like Southampton. I mean, they're stumbling a bit, but not
only
hugely.
a point yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a very difficult league to get out of anyway. And maybe there's a lot of pressure on a team that are, you know, newly relegated to the division because everyone expects them to go back up. As a fan, how do you feel this season's going to go? And are you still on and still hopeful automatic promotion, you know, job done?
Yeah, no, I have. We all have faith in Sam. You know, we've had 2 bad results on the trot, 2 losses, first time this season. But you know, we've been lucky that Southampton have lost one, and we're 30 seconds away at losing another one. You know, we're still second. Cardiff drew. And, you know, I think we're going to come back stronger. I think we're going to learn a lot about discipline from yesterday's game. We're going to learn, Sam's going to talk to them. And, you know, after Christmas, I think we'll get stronger. And when we start playing better, that's when we'll start. And I still think we'll win the league, you know.
Well, I think the main thing is that you go up. But I think you fans, especially at home, can play a big part in that. Because in this Championship, we've known historically that teams even in sort of 12th place can actually get into the playoffs and get up there. You know, it's always normally one that gets away from the rest at the top, and then there's a bit of a battle through. But I think West Ham and the experience of Sam, but mainly you supporters keeping behind the team, will get you up.
Yeah, well, I think we are. You know, we've got record. We're a sellout at Barnsley next Saturday. Part of that's reducing the price of the tickets. But, you know, we've got something like 29,000 average gate at home. We sometimes give them a bit of a hard time. And we've sold out pretty much every away game. I think we've taken nearly 40,000 away in the season so far. And that's got to be a record. And our away record up to yesterday was the best in the league as well.
I mean, I've got to be honest, as a fan of a Championship club, I see you winning the title, because I don't think Southampton will just manage to keep up the pace that they've started the season with. I think consistency-wise, Sam is comfortable managing. He's comfortable managing the Premier League, but he knows what he's doing at that level. Because the biggest problem being in the Championship is everybody can beat everybody else. It's a really tedious league to try and get out of. We've thrown money at it at Leicester. We can't get out of it. It's utterly ridiculous. But like what Nigel says, I mean, we're 10th at the minute, and we still look at the league table going, well, we'll still probably make the playoffs because it's that close.
Well, Sean, there were a lot of people saying that the last season the atmosphere at Upton Park wasn't great. Would you say it's better this season than it was perhaps last season in the Premier League?
I don't know, yeah, I think it is. You know, we've got to get used to winning a bit, and we have won at home as well, and we weren't winning at all at home last season, so, but we're a moaning old bunch of moaners, you know. So even when we're winning, we're going, oh, it's not attractive football, but, you know, necessary evil. We need to win games, we need to get back to the Premiership, but a West Ham's life is never happy, so, you know.
Well, I hope we see some happy hammers next season back in the Premier League. It's a lonely league without you, I think. It's not. I'm just saying it because you're on the wall. Nice to speak to you, mate. Good luck, and good luck for the rest of the season. We'll see you next year in the Premier League.
Yeah, cheers.
Take it easy, fella. Thanks, mate.
I think you made a really good point there, because I know that when we drop down to when we drop down to League One, I think there's a point where if you're not in the Premier League anymore, your fans all of a sudden, you know, and I'm not saying
do you
some
lose the
fans
hangers-on?
You do. All of a sudden, everyone who's going to a game absolutely loves that club. When we were in League One and we were taking loads of fans to away games, every single person who was there wanted to see us win and has been supporting them for years and years and years. There's no one who's just turning up on the off chance of seeing, you know, Man United play at your ground.
Exactly.
And I do think that makes a vast difference. I've also got a soft spot for West Ham now after last night meeting at the gig I did in London last night, meeting the most Cockney people in the world. So, a man and a woman who I picked on in the audience. Both of them are West Ham fans. One of them was this massive geezer called Danny, who was a proper hammer, a really, really top bloke. And I managed to, at that gig, make him a West Ham fan, hug a Millwall fan on stage. I feel like I've done my bit.
You have done your bit.
So,
That was the Christmas present. But
also,
you know,
you always come out with your stats, you two. You know, you've got good stats. Stat for you here. Every taxi driver is a West Ham fan.
not everyone.
No, that is factually
Well, I
correct.
thought this guy was
that.
such a cockney. I was like, what do you do for a living? You've got to be a taxi driver. He went, nah, mate, sell cars. I'm like, that's the other job.
You sell the cabs.
But you know, the good thing what they said there also is that for the other clubs in this league, in the Championship, for having West Ham in it and the support they take away from home, it's like when Chelsea were down there. You know, they take fans away all over the country, and it's good for the gates and it's good for the league that they're getting sellouts, and it helps with the money.
It certainly is. Now we were talking about every team beating every team. There always are some brilliant score lines in the league and in the Championship.